First thing you're gonna do is put on your seatbelt. Nice and slow. Cha-ching! Now I'm going to do the in-vehicle engine start, starting with your air brake checks. First is air gauge and governor cutoff. The test must be started with PSI less than 90. So I'm going to fan my brake, get it below 90. Okay, and then I'm going to do 2 clicks to the right. Wait for all my lights to turn on and then off. And then start the bus. And we'll turn the fast idle on, speed up the process.
Air gauge is working properly and building to cutoff. Air governor cutoff range is 120 to 140 psi. Air governor cutoff at 127 psi.
Okay, now we're going to do the air leak check. I'm going to turn the engine off. Turn the master switch back on, 2 clicks to the right. Cover my service brake so the bus doesn't roll. Release my parking brake. Fully apply the service brake for 1 minute. Air pressure cannot drop more than 3 psi in 1 minute per single vehicle. My starting PSI is 109 psi, and my minute starts now. My minute is up, and my ending PSI is 109 psi. Now I'm going to do the low air warning check. I will fan my brake. Low air warning device should activate before air pressure drops below 55 psi. Low air warning device activated.
Now I'm going to do the parking brake check. I will fan the brake. The parking brake valve should close or pop out between 20 psi and 45 psi. I'm going to fan the brake. Parking brake valve activated. Okay, now I'm going to do the safety start. The master switch, I'm going to turn it off. And then on 2 clicks. I'm going to make sure the ABS light turns on and then off. That means it's operating properly. The parking brake is set. The bus is in neutral, and I will start the bus. And I will put air in the door. Okay, the lighting indicators. Left turn signal indicator, right turn signal indicator, four-way flashers, and high beam. Okay, I'm going to do the parking brake check. There is air in the door and it's shut. My parking brake is engaged. I'm going to put the bus in a low gear. I'm going to attempt to pull forward. My parking brake holds. I'm going to put the bus back in neutral. Okay, now I will do the service brake check. I'm going to release the parking brake, put the bus in a low gear, pull forward slowly, and apply the service brake. the brake is operating properly, does not pull to the left or the right, and then I will reapply the parking brake, put the bus back into neutral. Okay, now we're going to check the emergency equipment. Make sure you have 3 red reflective triangles. 1, 2, 3. We have a fire extinguisher. It is properly charged and securely mounted. And we do not have spare fuses because we have circuit breakers, which are located up here. We will inspect the windshield and traffic monitoring devices. Your windshield is clean. It's not cracked or broken. There are no obstructions or illegal stickers, and an inspection sticker is permitted. The mirrors are securely mounted, not cracked or broken, free of excessive dirt, and properly adjusted. Okay, now we are going to do the wipers and the washers. We will demo them. The wipers are operating properly. The washers are operating properly, fluid is present, arms and blades are securely mounted and not damaged. Next is the heater and defroster. I will demo both to show that they are operating properly. Out is heat, in is cold, out is the floor, and in is defrost. They are operating properly. The horn is operating properly. Now I will inspect the passenger entry and lift. The entry door is not damaged. It operates smoothly. And the step light works when the door is open. And it closes securely. The entry step is clear. The tread is not loose or worn. The handrails are securely mounted with no loose or missing nuts or bolts. Now I will do the passenger lift. We're going to demo it and explain the operation. So I will kneel the bus, open my door, make sure the power is on, and turn this knob. It is not leaking, not damaged, has no missing parts. It fully retracts. And latches securely. Now we are going to check the emergency exits. We will identify and inspect all 7. You have the front door. You have 5 windows with red handles and the roof hatch. To operate the front door, you would break the plexiglass, turn the red handle, and escape through the door. For the roof hatch, you would turn the red handle, push out, and you could escape out the roof. And for the windows, you would pull down this red handle, push the window out, make sure this goes up. The emergency exits are labeled, operates smoothly, closes securely, and they're not damaged. Next, you're going to do the passenger seating. You're going to make sure there are no broken seat frames, that the frames are securely mounted to the floor, and the cushions are securely mounted to the frames. Now you're going to do your passenger monitoring devices, the mirror. Make sure it's securely mounted, adjusted properly. It is clean, not bent, and has no missing parts. So now you are going to release the air in your door. Turn the vehicle off, and then turn the master switch back on to the night run, and open your window. Now you are going to do the lights operation check. Ask the examiner to assist you in inspecting the external operation of the lights. Direct the examiner to the front, sides, and rear of the vehicle. You are responsible for telling the examiner exactly which lights you would like them to inspect as you activate the lights from inside the vehicle. Roll the window down and speak loud enough for the examiner to hear. Please look at the front lights. Low beams are on. High beams. Now look at the front and the sides. Left turn signal. Right turn signal. Four-way flashers. And the clearance lights are amber in the front and sides. Now please go to the rear of the bus. Tail lights are on. Brake lights. Left turn signal. Right turn signal. Four-way flashers. And the clearance lights are red in the rear. Okay, now you're going to turn the master switch off. Grab your key and exit the vehicle with 3 points of contact.
All right, now we're going to inspect the front of vehicle engine area. We're going to start with our clearance lights. They're amber, clean, not broken or missing. Our headlights, low beams and high beams, are clear, clean, not broken or missing. And our turn signals and four-ways are amber, clean, not broken or missing. Now we're going to check our fluid levels, starting with the power steering reservoir. Open up the compartment door. Now we're going to check the power steering fluid. First, we're going to identify the power steering reservoir. We're going to check the dipstick and see that it's between add and full mark. I'm going to close the compartment door so we can check the back of the bus next. Now we're going to check the coolant level. We're going to identify the coolant reservoir sight glass and see that it's between add and full mark. We're also going to check the oil level. You're going to identify the dipstick. Make sure it is also between add and full mark. We're going to check for fluid and air leaks. We're going to check for puddles on the ground, dripping fluids around and on the other side of the engine and transmission. Hoses and air lines are not cracked, worn, or leaking. Now we're going to check our power steering system, so we're going to close the back compartment. Come around here. Now we're going to check our power steering system. We're going to check the power steering box, make sure it's securely mounted and not leaking. We're going to check the steering hoses and connections. They're not cracked, worn, or leaking. The steering system, no loose or missing nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. The links, arms, and rods from the box to the wheel are not cracked or worn. And the joints and sockets are not worn or loose. Next, we're going to inspect the tire, like this one right here. First, what you're going to do is you're going to inspect with a tread depth gauge. The minimum of the front tire's tread depth is 4/32, and the minimum for a back tire is 2/32. You're going to inspect the condition, make sure there's no cuts, bumps, or abrasions to the sidewall.
No damage that may expose body plies.
Inspect the inflation with a tire gauge. The valve cap and stem is not missing, broken, or leaking. You're going to inspect the rim. Condition, not damaged, not cracked, not bent, no welding repairs. The rims are also not loose. There's no rust trails coming from the bolt holes. The bolt holes are not elongated, and there's no loose or missing nuts or bolts. Lug nuts. They're all present and securely mounted, not loose, no rust trails or shiny threads, no broken studs. We're going to check the spring mounts and airbags and shocks. You would inform your examiner that the suspension components are not accessible, but you do want to check the vehicle and make sure it's sitting level, front to rear and side to side. A leaning vehicle may indicate a suspension problem. We're going to check our brake lines, hoses, and leaks. You're going to make sure that they can supply air to the brakes. Make sure they're not leaking. Check hoses and lines to make sure they're not cracked, worn, or frayed. And the couplings and fittings are securely mounted. We're also going to check the brake contaminants.
Check the drums and linings. No oil, grease, or other contaminants.
Now we're going to check the side of the vehicle for the lenses and reflectors. In the front, they are amber. On the sides, they are amber. And in the back, they're red. We're going to make sure they're all clean, not broken or missing. Now we're going to check our traffic monitoring devices, which is our side mirrors. Make sure they're clean, not cracked or broken. Mirror brackets are not bent, securely mounted, and there's no missing parts.
Now we're going to check the battery. Make sure the door opens and closes securely. Battery is securely mounted. Connections are tight. No signs of excessive corrosion.
Now we're going to check the fuel tank. All right, we're going to examine the fuel tank. We're going to make sure it's securely mounted. The cap is tight. There's no leaks from the tank or lines. We're going to check the frame. We're going to make sure it's not cracked or broken. There's no broken welds or holes. All right, we're going to check our tail lights, brake lights, and clearance lights. Make sure they're red, clean, not broken or missing. Our turn signals in four-ways. Make sure they're amber, clean, not broken or missing. And our backup lights are clear, clean, not broken or missing.